The darling nursery glows softly, where Wendy captivates her brothers with tales as Nana, the Newfoundland, keeps watch. Wendy's voice dances through the room as she vividly recounts Peter Pan's adventures, her brothers' eyes wide with wonder. John and Michael listen intently, lost in the enchanting world of Neverland and the boy who never grows old. Michael, ever the dreamer, clutches his toy sword, his imagination sparked by Wendy's enthralling narration. "Ouch! I wish Peter Pan would come here," Michael exclaims, his desire palpable in the cozy, story-filled nursery. In Darling's home, Mr. and Mrs. Darling, dressed for an evening, stand ready to depart. John, Michael, and Wendy gather around, their faces a mix of excitement and reluctance. Mrs. Darling embraces each child, a mother's warmth against the night's adventures. "John, Michael, Wendy, we are leaving," Mrs. Darling says, her voice soft yet firm. Moonlight spills into the silent nursery, bathing the sleeping children in a gentle glow. A faint light flickers outside the window, heralding the arrival of Peter Pan, a mischievous grin lighting his face. Beside him, Tinkerbell, a tiny ball of light, zips impatiently, eager for adventure. They enter the nursery. Peter scans the room, while Tinkerbell creates a playful disturbance. In the darling nursery, Peter kneels, wrestling with his shadow on the floor, a frustrated mutter escaping his lips. Wendy stirs, her eyes fluttering open to the sight of a mysterious boy amidst her familiar toys. Startled, Wendy sits up, her voice filled with alarm. "Oh no! Who are you? What are you doing here?" "I'm Peter Pan. I'm trying to tie my shadow back," Peter replies, his focus unwavering as he tugs at the elusive shadow. The dim light casts long shadows, emphasizing the strange encounter between the boy who wouldn't grow up and Wendy. In the darling nursery, Wendy threads a needle with practiced ease, her brow furrowed in concentration. Peter watches, childlike wonder sparkling in his eyes, as Wendy aligns his shadow. He speaks of Neverland, a realm of eternal youth and boundless adventure, his voice filled with longing. Details of the Lost Boys emerge, a ragtag group yearning for a mother's care. Tinkerbell flits around Peter, her tiny face contorted with jealousy, her light flickering erratically. The room fills with the promise of magic and the bittersweet pang of yearning, shadows dancing. In the darling nursery, Peter's eyes sparkle, extending a hopeful hand towards Wendy. His grin widens, inviting her to a world beyond dreams. "Do you want to come with me?" Wendy's eyes widen, with a mix of excitement and concern. "Can my brothers come too?" Peter's face lights up at the prospect of more companions. "Of course!" The room seems to shimmer with the promise of Neverland, ready to whisk them away. In the darling nursery, Peter presents Wendy with a walnut pendant, a silent offering of adventure and dreams. Wendy stirs from her slumber, her eyes fluttering open to meet Peter's eager gaze. With a mischievous grin, Peter introduces himself, his youthful energy filling the room. John and Michael awaken, their eyes widening with boundless excitement, ready for the adventure that awaits. Inside the darling nursery, Peter shares the secrets of flight, his eyes gleaming with youthful confidence. With reluctance, Tinkerbell sprinkles shimmering pixie dust, each particle a promise of impossible dreams. The nursery air crackles with magic as the dust settles, anticipation hanging heavy in the balance. Peter, beaming with excitement, turns to the children, his voice ringing with anticipation. "Are you ready to fly?" Bursting from the window, the children soar into the inky London sky, leaving the world behind. Below, London glitters, a vast collection of diamonds scattered across the velvet canvas of night. They pass the clock tower, its illuminated face a beacon in the sprawling darkness. Higher and higher they climb, leaving London behind. The clouds become a soft, luminous blanket beneath them, a world of endless possibilities. Children arrive in Neverland, their eyes widening at the sight of Mermaid Lagoon and the Red Indian Camp. Peter grins, extending his arm to show the wonders before them. "This is beautiful," Peter says, his voice filled with joy. Against the horizon, the Jolly Roger is silhouetted, a dark omen in paradise. The children stare, wonder and fear mingling in their expressions. Beneath the radiant Neverland sky, Peter stands, his expression grave, his silhouette framed against the fantastical landscape. His youthful face is etched with the weight of responsibility as he prepares to share a crucial secret. "Hook's the meanest pirate ever," Peter declares, his voice ringing with conviction and warning. He adds, "But he's afraid of the crocodile," his words hinting at a vulnerability beneath Hook's fearsome exterior. A pirate's spyglass finds Peter and the children afar, a discovery that sends ripples of anticipation through the Jolly Roger. Captain Hook's malevolent grin slices through the air as he seizes the moment, his eyes glinting with wicked intent. His command pierces the air. "Prepare the cannon! Aim at Peter!" Hook's vengeful cry echoes. "Fire! Fire! Fire! This time I will not let him go alive." In the vast Neverland sky, Peter's voice rings out, his eyes scanning the darling children with concern. "Tinkerbell, take the children to safety. Hide them well," Peter commands. Tinkerbell hovers, her expression masked by the twilight, a flicker of jealousy crossing her face as she eyes Wendy. A mischievous plan sparks in Tinkerbell's tiny mind, hidden in the fading light. In Neverland, Tinkerbell's mischievous plan takes hold, setting a dangerous scene. Wendy is caught in a precarious situation, unaware of the unfolding drama. High in the sky, Peter Pan and Captain Hook clash in a fierce aerial battle. Peter Pan taunts, his voice echoing, "Hook, you want another hand with a hook? Come catch me." The clash of steel rings through the air as the two rivals engage. Neverland watches, holding its breath as the duel reaches its climax. In Neverland, Tinkerbell's radiant glow dances before the Lost Boys, casting fleeting shadows on their upturned faces. Her tiny form vibrates with urgent energy, a stark contrast to the gravity of her words. Tinkerbell declares, "Boys, Peter told me to kill that Wendy bird." A chilling directive hangs in the air, a playful command with deadly intent. "We must obey Peter's order. Aim at the bird," she commands, her voice a sweet venom. On Neverland, Nibs releases an arrow, its flight swift and silent towards its unsuspecting target. Wendy cries out as the arrow finds its mark, and she tumbles to the earth. The Lost Boys and Tinkerbell rush to Wendy's side, their faces etched with fear and worry. A shadow falls over them all as Peter lands, his face a thunderous mask of fury. In Neverland, Peter's face is a storm of anger and disappointment as he confronts Tinkerbell, his gestures sharp and final. Turning away, Peter effectively banishes Tinkerbell, his silhouette stark against the vibrant landscape. Kneeling beside Wendy, Peter's brow furrows with worry as his fingers gently trace the path of the arrow. Relief washes over Peter as he discovers the arrow struck the walnut pendant, saving Wendy. Wendy's eyes flutter open, her voice soft and filled with affection. "Peter, I was looking for you." In the dimly lit hideout, Wendy rests on a makeshift bed, her face pale from her ordeal. The Lost Boys huddle around, their young faces glowing in the firelight's embrace. A hopeful anticipation fills the air as they look towards Wendy. Their innocent voices blend into a single, eager request. "Why don't you tell us a bedtime story?" the Lost Boys ask. Wendy manages a weak but warm smile. Sunlight glints on Mermaid Lagoon as children play, unaware of the approaching danger. Pirates swarm the lagoon, their shadows falling across the sparkling water as they seize Tiger Lily. Panic flares among the mermaids and children, their joyous cries turning to screams of terror. Peter, chest-puffed, mimics Hook's voice, a cry echoing across the water. "Set her free!" Flickering shadows paint the Lost Boys' faces as Wendy's story ends, leaving a palpable hush in the hideout. The crackling fire casts dancing lights, each flame a silent witness to the boys' yearning gazes. Lost in thought, each boy's eyes reflect a flicker of longing, a silent echo of homes far away. A collective whisper stirs the quiet. "Our parents must be waiting for us," one lost boy says. "We should go home now," they murmur, the shared sentiment hanging heavy in the air. The hideout air is thick with unspoken farewells, dust motes swirling in the dim light of their secret haven. Lost boys exchange nods of bittersweet understanding, a mix of excitement and sorrow etched on their young faces. Peter stands alone, youthful features shadowed by a visible sadness, a flicker of acceptance in his eyes. Wendy's tender voice breaks the silence. "Peter, don't you want to come with us?" In Neverland's bright morning, children skip, unaware of lurking danger. Suddenly, Captain Hook's pirates ambush, netting the children. Tinkerbell witnesses the kidnapping, her eyes wide with fairy alarm. She zips off, a golden blur, determined to find Peter Pan. "Tinker, let's go to save our friends." "The pirates caught them," Peter urges. On the Jolly Roger, Peter and Hook engage in a furious sword fight, steel screaming against steel under the vast sky. Blades flash, reflecting the harsh sunlight as they duel with unmatched intensity, their movements a whirlwind of aggression. Hook's face contorts in rage, his eyes blazing with fury as he lunges at Peter, seeking to overpower his youthful foe. With a swift, decisive maneuver, Peter expertly deflects Hook's attack, gaining the upper hand in their relentless struggle. A collective gasp rises from the observing pirates as Peter disarms Hook, the pirate captain's weapon clattering on the deck. Defeated and humiliated, Hook roars in despair. "Hook!" His cry echoes across the ship. In London, Wendy's parents stand outside their home, relief and joy etched on their faces. Wendy, John, and Michael approach, heralding their return with hopeful steps. A group of ragtag children, the Lost Boys, follow, a testament to adventures shared. A wave of emotion washes over Wendy's mother, her heart swelling with love. "I knew you would come back one day," Wendy's mother says, tears welling in her eyes. "I missed you so much, my babies," she whispers, her voice thick with emotion and relief. Outside Darling Nursery, Peter watches, a silent observer in the night. Inside, Wendy and her brothers embrace their parents, a scene of warmth and reunion. A bittersweet smile graces Peter's lips as he witnesses the family's joyous reunion. He turns away, his heart full of longing and acceptance. Tinkerbell flits excitedly beside him, a loyal companion in the shadows. "Goodbye, Wendy. Goodbye, boys. Don't forget me," Peter whispers into the night.